Okay, this is number one in a brand new series that I'm starting called the Daily Habit Series. And my goal is to equip you and to show you how to use your oils every single day. I've learned with oils over time that the number one reason I personally am not using them at times, or the people that I'm trying to help aren't using them, is because we simply don't know how to use it daily. And so I'm going to show you right now our very first oil, peppermint. How do we take peppermint and use it daily? I want to make this super simple for you and give you 5 different ways that I have personally found peppermint can work into my day from morning until evening. Okay, so peppermint is awesome for so many things, and I want to tell you really the 5 top ways that you can use it, the 5 top things you can use it for, but we're going to take it a step further and show you exactly how to use it so that you can make a daily habit out of using peppermint. Okay, the first thing I want you to think of when you think of peppermint is cooling. It's all things cooling. So that is the word I want you to keep in your head when you're going throughout your day. If you have a hot flash, if somebody has an issue with temperature and they need some help cooling, I want you to think of peppermint as cooling to all things kind of nervous and pain and tension and things like that. But that's just our grounding word to be able to help us think throughout our day of when we have an issue and we go, what can I turn to? Oh, peppermint. Peppermint is cooling. But the first thing I want you to think of is energy. We wake up in the morning and what's the first thing we kind of assess is our energy level. How am I feeling right now? Do I have a lot of energy? Do I not? And a lot of times we'll run straight to the coffee pot, or we'll run to our tea or to other things for energy. What I want you to do is I want you to wake up and I want you to open your peppermint. You can set it by your bedside. You can put it with your other oils in the kitchen or wherever you might do this. And I want you to take your peppermint for energy, put 1 to 2 drops like I just did in my hand, rub it together, and inhale deeply for 30 seconds. So obviously I'm not doing it for 30 seconds right now. But take a deep breath in, really pull that breath to the back of your throat and try to get it as deeply in as you can, 30 seconds. You might have to close your eyes on this because our doTERRA peppermint is so pure, so strong, it's amazing. Don't touch your eyes, don't touch your face. A second thing I want you to use this for to create a daily habit out of using peppermint is tension. Anytime you're feeling tension, whether it's in your neck, whether you get tension in your head, whether you get it in a joint, you have pain somewhere in your body, I want you to take this. I'll show you exactly what I do with this, and you can make a daily habit out of this. Take your peppermint, open it, stick a finger on the top, turn it over like this, and if you have tension in your head, just rub it in on the side, on both sides near your hairline, near your temples. You can also put it up your hairline right here. Don't get it near your eyes. Rub that in. Drink 8 ounces of water. Close your eyes for just a minute or 2 if you can, and just breathe deeply. Let the peppermint do its work, and it will help with tension. If your tension is in your neck, you can do it we did a second ago. Put a couple drops in our hands, rub it together, and just massage yourself. Massage the tension away. Rub it into the back of your neck, all over wherever you're feeling tension. I have a spot on my shoulder I'm dealing with. I can take it and rub that right into the tension in my shoulder, or really it's a little lower than my shoulder. So energy and tension. Our third way to make peppermint a daily habit is for respiratory support. I don't know where you're at with this, but if you have any issues with breathing, there's a broad spectrum of this. You don't have to have a breathing issue necessarily to use peppermint as a daily habit. So let me give you a couple options. Like we just did, put a drop in your hand, rub it together, inhale deeply to clear airways. You will feel your sinuses and your airways clear. Sometimes, if I've had issues breathing, I've put a drop in my throat and switched it around with water, put a drop in a glass of water and drink that to clear airways and to open it up. I love to do peppermint right before I go exercise. I'll put a drop in a glass of water, swish it around. It just clears everything. I also like to put it on my chest. If you have kids, you might want to dilute it with coconut oil and rub that in, kind of like the old school Vicks Vapor Rub. It's pretty amazing, and it's cooling, it's refreshing, it opens airways. And I just use the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil and dilute it with that and rub that on my kid's chest for really opening up the respiratory system, whether you're fighting seasonal threats, whether you're dealing with a cold, a cough, all those different things can cause respiratory issues. And peppermint is an awesome respiratory support for that. All right, 4 is digestive health. You might dismiss this and think, well, I don't really have digestive issues. Well, have you ever eaten a meal and felt a little gas, felt a little bloated? This is a great time. Put a drop in a glass of water. Just take it, put a drop right in, and just drink it. Don't swirl your water around. It kind of sticks to the cup. Just drink it right down. You can actually take peppermint like we did for our head. You can put it on your finger and just rub it right on your stomach to help. You can also just help alleviate occasional upset stomachs that way. My son had an upset stomach the other day. We put a drop of peppermint right on his belly, laid down on the couch, and within 3 to 5 minutes, he was already saying, Mom, I feel so much better. So you can also put it on the bottom of your foot. It does take a little bit longer as opposed to just putting it right on your stomach. It'll take about 20 minutes instead of maybe 3 to 5, but you'll still get great results putting it on the bottom of your feet as well. Another thing for digestive health is just constipation. If you find that when you eat, you're constantly getting constipated, just make peppermint a part of your daily habit before and after a meal. Rub it on your stomach, drink a drop in water, put 1 drop in a glass of water. Just make that part of your daily habit. Okay, and last but not least, we already mentioned cooling, kind of as our grounding word for peppermint, but cooling. All things cooling. So something so simple that I'd not thought about before, but I was recently at an event for one of my daughters, and it was in this lodge, and there was tons of people gathered in this room, way more people, probably a fire hazard, I'm sure, but there was tons of people, and they had the AC turned way down, or way high, I guess I should say. It was not cool enough in this room for as many people as were in it. And we were standing for long periods of time, standing and sitting, and I started to feel queasy. I started to get really nauseous, and I knew I was feeling queasy because I was so hot. I was feeling clammy, I was feeling a little claustrophobic, and I was like, oh my goodness, what do I have in my purse? And I was like, oh, I've got peppermint. I hadn't tried it in this kind of an instance before. I've tried it at other times when we've not been feeling well and our body temperature's been too high. I've tried it waking up in the middle of the night with kind of cold sweats. I've tried it for that, but I'd never tried it like this. But I just took it, I put it on my hands, I breathed it in because it opened airways and helped me calm down because I realized I was starting to panic, feeling very claustrophobic. But then I just took it and I rubbed it all into the back of my neck, and I just took a deep breath and I just sat there. And about 60 to 90 seconds, the cooling sensation just took over. Literally the sweating stopped. I felt amazing. Made it through the rest of the evening, no issues. Just from doing that right now, I can already feel the cooling. So that is a way. Keep it in your purse, keep it in your man bag, whatever you carry, keep it with you at all times, and start looking for ways to work peppermint in to your day from morning until evening. It is an incredible oil. It's one of my favorite oils to have on hand, and you can end your night with peppermint even. You can rub a little bit on your chest to open your airways. A lot of people love to do that at bedtime to help relax themselves. So from morning to evening, peppermint can be worked in, and you can have some daily habits.